Excuse me. Come on, computer. There we go. All right. Hopefully I can catch a few of you. So we'll give it a few, see if we get anybody in. Otherwise, everybody, ow, oh, my hair's naughty, can watch it on the replay. But yeah, let's see who we get in there first. Let's go back. Hey, Don. Who's coming downstairs? There's my husband. Hi, Lexi. Maybe I can talk David to just coming looking over my shoulder so you guys can actually meet him. Hi, Becky. Come on, Dave. Everybody sees Coco. Just come say hi. Hi. Everybody tell David to say hi. Coco says hi. We just went to Costco and he's putting stuff in our basement fridge down here, but I think he should come and peek over my shoulder. What do you guys think? Oopsies. What am I doing? There's your channel. Okay, skip. David? What? Dawn says hi. Hi. Come say hi. Hi, Kathy. Everybody say hi to Coco. She's excited because Daddy's in that corner right now. Lexi says hi, Dave. Hello, Lexi. My husband is the most shy person in the whole wide world. Kathy says hello, David and Coco. Hello. Irene says hello. Come lean over my shoulder. Say hi. Let them see your face. No, they don't need to see your belly. Come lower. Still not there. You got to come short. You're 6'4". I'm 5'2". Come here. Come say hi. Put your head on my shoulder.
Holy, time delay.
There's Dave, everybody. He's looking at the computer instead of the camera. That's my husband. Now he's going to run away. All right, so just leave it, see if a couple more people come in. The whole reason that I'm popping in is I swear I tossed and turned all night about the zipper panel. And I went back and I did notice that I did actually in my demo bag put foam in this. A lot of baller bags doesn't have anything in here. Yeah, Becky, I can see your comments. I can see everybody's comments here. So you can leave it as is like we did yesterday, or I'm going to show you how to take this without having to take it apart to add in some foam. So, or a deck of a light. You could do either or if you want to make this have a little bit more, whatever. But yeah, I realized that in my demo bag, I did do the foam. I did like it. I could sew through it on my industrial machine. I think I was thinking to keep it out for those who have domestic machines, but the majority of this class has industrial machines. So I don't know what my brain was thinking to keep it out. So I'm going to show you, if you choose to put the foam in, how to do it, or if you decide that you want to put deck of a light, how to do that. So I thought we'd do like a little really quick show and tell of how to do that. Is that okay with everybody? I know it's kind of a pain in the rear, but I need to get it off of my head, out of my head, because it's all I'm thinking about right now. So yes, sirree. All right, so we have, oh, okay, stop it. It's asking me if I want to be a member of my own channel. Of course I do. Okay, I got my Starbucks for the day. Yay. Busy day spending the husband's paycheck. Costco, Walmart, Fabricland. I only spent $80 at Fabricland. It wasn't too bad. Safeway and then Starbucks. So, okay, so I won't take up too much of your time. Again, I could have just left it and not said anything, but I think I had every intention of saying we were going to put the foam in, and then we kept it out, and then I couldn't remember if I wanted foam in or foam out. If you do any of the Aura Rosa Bowler bags, they don't put anything in the top panels. It's just the vinyl. For this one, I did do it, but I did cut the foam on my other one out of the seam allowance at the zipper side to reduce some of that bulk at the zipper. So that's good because we have no bulk at the zipper right now because we didn't have any foam in there. So yeah. All right. So I'm still a mess from yesterday. Try not to spill my coffee. And I'll show you how I am going to fix this. Again, it's completely up to you if you want to go ahead and do this. If you've completed your panels already, they're fine the way they are. But if you want them to have just a little bit more and you're pretty sure that your machine can handle going through the binding where there's going to be foam, I'm going to show you how to trim up some of that foam too. So it's not as bulky. Okay, you ready? Good to go? Okay. I hear Riley yelling at Coco. We're trying to put away the groceries. All right, let me just move this down. And I still have not finished that Read in Asia. I've done no sewing today. It's been a 100% shopping day now that you guys have seen my mouth. Okay, so I started to do the other side already, but I went ahead and did this side, and I just pulled out, oopsies, can you guys see there? I pulled out all of my, I didn't pull out my top stitching along here. I just pulled out my basting stitches from my my liner and the top, and I started doing it from here, but I'll do that one separate later on. I just figured I would show you just the one. So if you're going to want to insert the foam, now if you had been doing this before we put this all together, you would have just taken the exterior vinyl piece and you just would have cut the foam so it was 3/4 of an inch down from the top, so it would have stuck from there to there, and there would have been nothing along here. Okay, so and then you would have basted it on, and all would have been well. You would have done that with well and done everything the way we did last night. But we've already sewn the zipper panel, so what I have figured to fix it. Okay, so we have our top panel here, right? Our top pattern piece. And remember we folded it up this 1/2 inch because we're not doing a drop-in lining. Now to cut our top panel foam, right along this dotted line right here, we're going to fold it along there again. And this is what we're going to use as a template for our foam. I know we are probably going to have to trim more back, but this is just going to give us our basic shape. So I am going to go ahead and cut my pretty in pink foam. I am actually going to draw, I'll fold it. I'll have to trim a little bit off the ends because it gets a little bulky right here and it'll be longer than it's supposed to be, but it's just going to be faster for me to cut it like this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Usually I would have used my exterior, can I get through there? Pattern pieces as my template, but I'm just going to know I'm going to have to trim some of this off. Don't cut your fingers. Foam doesn't have to be perfect. So of course I will cut two. I'll do the other one off camera. I just want to show you guys how I am planning to add the foam into this one. Now another option is you could take this right now if you didn't want to use foam, and you could flip this up and you could fuse Deckable Heavy into here, or if you had fusible foam, you could do the same thing. I do not have fusible foam, so that's why I'm doing this way. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, whoopsies. How straight is that? Look, I'm not very straight at all. I want to make sure this edge is quite straight. So I'm just going to straighten it out. That's just because I took a shortcut cutting. Again, it doesn't have to be Again, this is just showing how to fix something. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to take my double-sided tape, and this is what I'm going to hold my foam in place with for now. And I'm just going to take a couple strips and put it across. I'm glad that I have 8 of you in here. I hope the other 21 people in class do check this out before they finish the panel, because it would be a lot easier if I'd done this beforehand. Okay, now because I use double-sided tape, remember when I push my seams out, I'm just going to pull this up as much as I can to expose that, because I want to put the foam right up against our top stitch seam as close as we can. So I'm just kind of pulling up my lining double-sided tape. You won't have this problem if you didn't use double-sided tape like me, but I did. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, take our straight edge. My straight edge isn't super straight, but that's okay. And I'm going to put it as close to that seam. You see I kind of went off kilter there. That's all right. As close to that seam as we possibly can. And stick it down onto that double-sided tape. I said, and it's okay. I didn't get all the way. That's fine. I'm going to trim it up to match my exterior because I kind of rough cutted it. Careful not to cut your zipper off too much. Well, I guess we could cut that all the way, but we'll do that later. Making sure you're not cutting your lining piece. Okay. Now, so I got that stuck on for now. We are going to make it, we're going to end up basting this all on like this here pretty quick. See, and it's going to just give it a little bit more oomph. Now, what I would have done is if I had gone ahead and I basted this foam on, and I will be showing you this in class when we actually go to do our foam to our main pieces. Let's pretend that I had already gone ahead and basted this on, okay? And then just on these corners, to make the foam not as thick, I just kind of go in. I don't know if you can see that. I just kind of go in at a 45-degree angle right on the edge. And I'm just cutting away some of the thickness of that foam. And if you are on a domestic machine, you'll definitely want to do this. Just for about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch in or so. It is a lot easier to do once it's basted in, but I'm going to be basting these all at the same time. So I'm just going to go ahead, make it awkward, and trim that away. And that's just to help not give it not quite of a bulky rounded spot there. And if you are doing piping, which I am not, but if you are, you'll definitely want to make sure that you kind of trim this back. Or the other option is have this foam outside of your seam allowance, which you're more than welcome to do as well. So you just cut it 3/8 of an inch in, so you wouldn't have it on the end. But I'm going to keep mine right to the end and just trim it back. Does this make sense so far?
Yep.
Dave says it makes sense. And I'm not going to worry about it so much on these ends here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm pulling my lining piece down. I'm going to secure it with clips. Dave is correct. That's funny. My husband is such a nerd. I love him to death, though. Now, if I had done this the way I did it in the video, this foam would have been caught in that top stitching. So I'm just going to feel, do you know what I'm going to do? I can feel that my foam is right up against our top stitch line. So to secure it up there, I'm actually going to do a double row of top stitching. So we have our 1/8 there, and I'm going to do another row 1/8 of an inch from the top of that, just to secure that foam in there as well. So It's going to look like it was meant to be there. It's going to look like decorative stitching. Wanda, I do a zigzag stitch to make the edge thinner since I sewed. Yes, perfect idea, Wanda. Good idea. I used to do that exact same thing on my Juki 2010Q. Oh, no, not on my Juki 2010Q because it was a straight stitch, but on my Elna is if you have a zigzag stitch, you can also go ahead to compress that foam, do a zigzag stitch along there or a serger. So, yes, so let's take this to the machine and fix this side of the panel. And again, you guys can decide, you can do it, keep going the same way that we did in class yesterday. But yeah, I kind of went back and realized in the tutorial that I did that I actually put foam in, and I think that we are going to keep it that way. So you can already see the difference in thickness from this side to this side. It gives it a much more squishier feeling. If you don't want the squishy and you want this to be a little more stable, again, you can use Decovil Light in there. Okay, so let's go to the machine and we will fix this. I'm also going to have to go and secure my other top stitch seams because I had them all connected with my basting seams. So I want to make sure that that top stitching isn't going to come off. Okay, so let's go for a walk. Hello, Norm. Look how messy that is. Isn't that terrible? Terrible, terrible. There's all my pretty Galaxy Custom stuff there. Okay. Sorry if I made any of you dizzy there. Can everybody see? Is that an okay angle? Okay. So first thing I am going to do is you can see I pulled out my basting stitches to right about there. So I'm just going to start right here, working around and basting that foam in. Now you can do this at more than 1/8 of an inch. You can baste it at 1/4 of an inch because our seam allowance is going to be 3/8 of an inch. I'm just going to, oh, I'm wearing shoes. I never sew in shoes. It feels really weird. Okay. Oh, it feels really weird to sew in shoes. My, oh my. Okay, so now what this is doing is it's basting those 3 layers together. And I can't see comments right now because I don't have my computer opened. You can see it closed, so I'll check back on comments when I'm done sewing this. Again, this is really impromptu. I've been thinking about it. I swear, I was dreaming about it last night. It was terrible. And thinking about it all day, so I decided I had to come in and get this thought out. And then you guys have the option to decide whether you want to have foam in, have Decovil Light here, or to keep as is. We will have foam in the gusset side. We will have foam in the front and back. So it's up to you if you want to have it in this top panel for consistency. Okay. So up this side. So now we got all those 3 sides basted in. And now because we have that foam sitting right up against here, I want to make sure that it's nice and secure in there as well. You could probably leave it like this if you wanted to, but I am going to do a second row of decorative top stitching along there to catch that foam in there as well. So we will have 2 rows of decorative top stitching if you are doing this fix with me. And then I'll show you the comparison of the 2 sides so you can make a decision on your own if you want to add in the foam like I have or leave as is. I feel better now anyways. At least now I've given you guys a choice. Oh yes, it is much better. Much, much better. Okay, I'm going to take you back. Hello. Messy, messy everywhere. I need to clean, but I got to finish everything first. Okay. So, can you see the difference? Foam and no foam. I'll be cutting this part out a little bit here. So that'll be the difference in thickness. So this one is nice and squishy, and this one is not. And that's what it looks like on top because they did a double row of top stitching, which is super nice. So It is much more structured and it is much more lofty. Again, the rest of the bag will be like this. You can leave the top like this, but I'm thinking it's better with the foam. So I'm sorry I messed up yesterday. So hopefully, at least I caught it now. I mean, I had to go back and watch my own tutorial, but at least I caught it now before we had sewn everything on. And it's really easy to pull out those basting stitches if you decide to do it, but you can see the foam definitely, I think makes a difference. So yeah, what do you guys think? I didn't mess up. I feel like I did. So yeah, we are good to go now. As I trim off my zipper. Trimmed off my zipper. I'm a little uneven there, but we can do all this next week. But yeah, I just wanted to come in case anybody, I know a lot of you were just watching and not sewing along just yet. So now that is how you fix it. If you were actually sewing with me yesterday and you want to add in the foam, I'll be doing the exact same thing on this other side once I pull the rest of those basting stitches out. And yeah, it's just, it's much better. So, I mean, that took me maybe explaining it. Let's see, how long have we been in here? 21 minutes, and we chatted for about 10 minutes. It's maybe a 10-minute fix. How would you do it if not sewn yet? Okay, so Michelle, let's pretend, let me grab, what do I want to grab? Let's pretend, okay, we have our top panel here, correct? We have not attached it to a zipper yet. We have not attached it to anything. It's just the top zipper panel. So what I would have done is on the back side of the exterior zipper panel is I would have cut my foam to the same size as this, except for I would have made it 3/8 of an inch shorter right along where the zipper is going to be. And I would have basted it on. So the foam wouldn't have been up in the zipper area at all. So I would have done that with my two exterior pieces, if that makes sense. So we're just looking at this piece not attached to anything. Would attach the foam 3/8 of an inch down from the top. We would have had no foam, so it would have been 3/8 of an inch shorter. Basted that in, and then I would have went through with the rest of the zipper panel where we are attaching it to the zipper with the lining. Does that make sense? So yeah, exactly like what we did yesterday, except for you would have attached the foam to the exterior pieces first of the top panels, which would have made things a lot easier. Yeah. Okay, put on vinyl away from straight edge. Yes, about 3/8 away from the straight edge and put it in there. That makes sense? Again, Michelle, you know, I know you got me on Facebook there. You can message me on the Bag Makers group whenever any of you can, if you have any questions, or shoot me an email. I'm eating my own hair. So I always want to show you how I've corrected something, and now it's perfect. So I will do the same with the other side. And yeah, you guys can decide if you want to do that. Yay, I hope it was okay that I called everybody in for this, and I hope it hasn't messed you up too much. With the top stitching, then catch the top. Yes, Kathy, it would, because that 3/8 of an inch is the 3/8 of an inch that we sew our zipper on with. So it would, when we go to fold it over and top stitch it, it would have gotten caught in that top stitching. Otherwise, we would have had to fold it down 3/4 of an inch and then it wouldn't have caught. But 3/8 of an inch, we're just cutting it less than what the seam, or to what the seam allowance is. So then when we fold it over to do our top stitching, it's sitting right in, like it would be like our top stitching here, right in here, and it would catch it along there. But then you wouldn't have had the bulk right up with the zipper when we're sewing the zipper in. So yes, does that make sense? Was that helpful? Nobody's mad at me. I feel so much better now. I swear, I dreamt about it all night going, oh no, I should have put the foam in there. What was I thinking? And I know I was thinking about keeping it out, but then I'm like, but my demo bag has it in. And that's what I sewed it in. And yeah, so now it's your choice. Either way is good. But I think my preference, like once I felt it without the foam, I knew right away that I wanted to put the foam in, because I mean, the difference is huge. Like, you can see this is nice and straight and this is nice and floppy. So Now I can sleep tonight, right, Karen? And again, we have 2 members who are part of the Beans Peeps Club. So I thought I would just invite you guys into this so you can kind of see how very candid our classes are. This is how they are. So if you ever decide, I know that you may be waiting for a bag to join in or whatever. So yeah, this is exactly what we do. Hopefully with no mistakes. But if I make a mistake, I'm going to come back in and show you guys how to fix it. And you know what? All mistakes are good because you do learn how to fix it. So yes, so for homework for next Thursday, do your other side if you haven't done this one already. Do your foam if you decided. You could decide if you want to do fusible foam in there, which would make it even easier. Or you can even use Decafil Light just to make it more stiff rather than soft like this. Oh, yay, Karen, you're joining us for a net. That's amazing. Yeah, and the foam we will be putting on the rest of the pieces next class. We'll be doing that together. Yeah, we'll be finishing the exterior and getting the lining pieces done. And then, and then we're already on the 4th class after that. So it's crazy how fast the time goes. Yay. Don't forget to go over to the community chat or the community news feed on the YouTube channel and scroll down and vote for what you want for the June bag. I'm super happy right now because the George Carry-All, which is a handbag and a travel bag, it could be either size, there's a small one and a large one, is winning so far with the Winterberry wallet in a close second. I am a little partial that I want the George to win, I'm not gonna lie, but I'd be happy with any of them. So make sure you go and cast your vote. There's still 15 days left to vote to choose our June bag because we want to know what the June bag is a month in advance so everybody has a chance to decide if they want to join it, and then they have a chance to get in their fabrics and their hardware and everything like that. So we will always know what the next bag is a full month in advance. So that will be announced on April 30th. So if you haven't voted yet, make sure you go and vote for the one you want. The top 5 choices are there. Vote for the George. Vote for the George. No pressure. I'm going to do the Winterberry one day too. It's on my list of tutorials, so it's okay. I'm just super excited about the George because I want to make it in glitter vinyl really bad. In the Green Bean Galaxy Customs glitter vinyl, because the Green Bean glitter vinyl was named after me and is a sweetheart and named my favorite color after me, Green Bean. She cracks me up. Anyways, how's everybody's Friday going? I feel so much better now. Yeah. And everybody goes quiet. Hi, Benny. All right. So I hope that made sense. If it didn't, feel free to send me an email. Feel free to hop on, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, or get me on Facebook. Oh, Dawn wants me to say what I got at Fabricland. I got more of that yellow honeycomb fabric because I got another order for a Campanula bag exactly like the one I'm keeping for myself. It's back there, but I'm keeping that one for myself. I need it for my birthday trip in 2 weeks, so I'm not giving that up. So I had an order for one exactly like it, and I didn't have enough fabric for it, so I went and bought more fabric so I can replicate it perfectly. And Fabricland has their Daytona vinyl, which is the marine vinyl that I always buy. That's what this is. The black, I always buy the big rolls of the black. They have them on 50% off right now. Not the rolls, well, it's 50% off per meter. So I just went and bought 2 meters because I'm running really low on black. Yeah, like I needed some black for my next tutorials next week and I didn't have any left. So I didn't have enough to order any from the Canuck line from Galaxy Customs. So I hopped on over there and they were super nice. I ordered 2 meters and they cut them into 1/2 meter rolls for me so they would fit in my cubby. So actually it was really weird. My last couple trips to Fabricland, I mean, Kamloops isn't very big. It's about 100,000 people. The last time I went, I go in fully masked and everything like that. And I was masked today just because my son does have COVID. We have quarantined for 5 days and none of us have caught it. He is feeling better. He actually did the test and he told me he's still pregnant with COVID. He's such a nerd. So he's still quarantining from us. But anyways, a couple weeks ago I went in and these, I was at the cutting table and these two ladies came up to me and they go, "Hey, aren't you Brandy from YouTube?" I'm like, "What?" Oh, hi, Coco. Almost embarrassed because I'm like, you recognize me with a mask? And I mean, really? And then they asked if they could have a selfie with me, which was weird. And then they asked for business cards with my autograph. I felt like I was a star, which I'm not. I mean, I'm just shy of 7,500 subscribers right now, but I just felt so touched that some local people here recognized me from my channel. I'm just like, wow. And then the lady cutting my fabric that day says, "Oh yeah, I watch your channel all the time. I have started making bags and this is awesome. I'm so happy to meet you." Anyways, today, when I went there and I ordered the 2 meters, or got her to cut me the 2 meters of the Daytona vinyl, she goes, "Oh, I see where you're storing all of your Galaxy Customs vinyl in that cube area. Is that where you want to stand, like in the cube shelf?" I'm like, okay. She goes, "Did you want me to cut these to 1/2 meter rolls so they fit in that for you?" I'm like, yeah. I just like was all bright red and embarrassed, but really touched that people in my community we only have like 3 fabric stores. So I was just really touched that they knew who I was. It made me feel really special. And they weren't people, I mean, I know and I'm related to a lot of people in this city, but these people I did not know. So I don't know, it just made me feel really kind of special. And they were saying they want me to do some classes and that kind of thing. So it would be kind of cool to do some live classes here. So maybe, I just didn't think there would be anybody because I only know in town 2 other ladies that actually make bags. And one is an ex-coworker and another one is just someone I met through actually Facebook in the channel that lives here. So yeah, so no, it was kind of really really sweet and kind of funny and kind of surreal, and it just made me smile. And then a little weird that the lady at Fabricland knows how I've been trying to store my vinyl and is willing to cut it that way for me. So today was a really good day, I must say. Anyways, that's my story of the day. Besides that, I just bought a heck of a lot of groceries at Costco and Walmart and Safeway and ended my day with a vanilla latte, iced vanilla latte. And I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm probably going to go and fix this other panel so I can put it aside. And then I have a busy, busy weekend. I have to finish up that Root in Asia bag that is sitting right here. And then for a client. And then I have the new Toby Stylix tutorial that's launching on Monday. So I got to get that tutorial done this week. And then, yeah. There is another tutorial by Katsiopia that's launching on the 18th. She's doing an early launch. It was originally supposed to launch on the 25th, but she announced to me that she's releasing it early. Unfortunately, I don't have time to get that tutorial out for her moved up date, so it will still release on the 25th for me unless I get really fast and get some sewing done. So Coco's saying hi, everyone. Yeah. So yeah, so that's my plan for the weekend. Today was my really only day off and it was running errands, but I got to run them with Dave, which was nice. I'm so happy that you guys got to meet him. It's a membership perk that you all got to meet Dave because I'm pretty sure he would not have said hi on the public side. So you guys all got to see him. So membership perk, you get to meet my David. So anyways, I think, speaking of David, I am going to go and spend some time with him. It's almost time to make some dinner. We're going to put some steaks on the barbecue and do some baked potatoes and fight over what movie we are going to watch tonight. So, not fight, just try to decide. All right. So yes, I hope that this was helpful. I hope this didn't mess everybody up too much. Again, shoot me a message if you need help. Everybody that isn't on with us right now, again, I'm sorry that I didn't mention this in yesterday's class. Hopefully, I'm just thankful that we didn't get further before I realized that maybe we wanted to have the foam in here. So All right. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Have a happy Easter if that is something that you celebrate. And if you don't, just have an amazing weekend. And I will catch you guys next week. I should be going live, hopefully. And of course, I'll be live for our class on Thursday, 100%. Anyways, oh, and watch for that news tutorial coming out on Monday. Bye, everybody.